for the final hour, as always, joined by James Acaster. Hello, James.
Morning.
Cut you off there, James. Before we get into you, I just need to announce the competition results. The winners of the tickets are Verity and Craig.
Yes, that's to see Sean and you.
To see Sean and me. And as a bit of a bonus on that, Verity also tweeted again to say, I saw James Acaster at the Conservative Club in Goring by Sea last night.
Oh, my.
And for that, you've won an extra 600 tickets.
He was good.
I mean, there's a...
How was the
if there's ever a more depressing moment in my life, it's when my two mates are going, doing the Apollo. Saw James Acaster at the Conservative Club in Goring last night.
At least you didn't have to give tickets away for the Conservative Club in Goring by Sea. So, James, you've had a big week.
Big week. Going Conservative Club.
No, I mean, tell you know what I'm angling at.
I know what you're getting at. It's the best
you met
thing that's ever happened
Wigfield.
to you. Yeah, Wigfield. If anyone doesn't remember Wigfield, she did the pop hit Saturday night in the was it early 90s? No, probably mid-90s.
Mid-90s. It knocked Love Is All Around by White off number one when it was going for the record.
Knocked is a bit of a soft... Smashed it off of the top spot.
Yeah, so how was it?
It's amazing. She's my friend now on Facebook. I'm Facebook friends with a childhood hero. So I never thought that would happen.
So you met her because you did Nevermind the Buzzcocks?
Nevermind the Buzzcocks. She was in the lineup, and you had to, if you haven't seen Nevermind the Buzzcocks, there's a lineup of 5 people, and you had to say which one is the pop star of yesteryear.
You must have got it straight away, didn't you?
Yeah, I looked right at her and went, "There's Wigfield." Everyone else,
sadly, they were looking for one of TLC, so it was really awkward.
Looking for Gina G.
I always used to get her mixed up with Gina G.
Did you?
Yeah.
What was Gina G's one?
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
similar, right?
Ooh, Saturday night. I like a bit of mixing.
More Sean Walsh mashups coming up later.
XFM, the mashup station. So, you met Wiggers.
Well, I didn't really get to meet her. I had to interrogate her during the lineup bit.
Yeah.
And had a bit of back and forth, but then she had to rush off and go to her brother's birthday meal in London. So she told the runners that I should add her on Facebook as a friend. And I thought, well, that's clearly a joke. She's not going to accept me as a friend on Facebook.
So did you just type Wigfield into Facebook and there she was?
I typed Wigfield in, and then her page came up and said Wigfield, and then in brackets, Sanny Carlson. That's her real name.
Oh, yeah.
That's what happens when you get into show business.
Huh? Don't give that away.
Sorry, everyone.
The magic.
Her real name is Wigfield. It's all she gets known by.
She's like a Brazilian footballer. She's only got one name.
And, and so I found her personal page. I don't know. She approved that request in seconds. Straight up. She's probably still at her brother's birthday meal, checking her phone relentlessly to see if James Acaster would.
So when did you add her? On the night?
I think the next day. I played it cool, mate.
Yeah.
Played it cool. Yeah. Leave her waiting.
Then have you had a bit of a tete-a-tete with Wiggers?
Yeah, I said, because basically I had to do a dance at her at one point. And this is the Saturday night dance, but I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously. Did the Macarena.
Remember, you didn't have to do that. That was your choice.
That was my choice. Should probably point that out. It was. Well, I was kind of.
Noel Fielding got out a gun and said, "Do the dance."
John Hannah twisted my arm. If I'm honest, John Hannah was the host. He's just going around to me. New competition. If you know who John Hannah is, you win tickets to my next show at the Goring Conservative Club.
Even IMDb doesn't know. No idea.
It comes up with. If you just fill it out like Wikipedia.
So, as an end to the story, how have things been left with you and Wiggers?
She said that she liked my dance, and that then she invited me to like her page Wigfield. I liked it. I invited her to like my page, James Acaster. That request is pending. At the moment, she is playing quite the game.
So let's put out an appeal. Wigfield, if you're listening, please like James's page, because...
She's not still going, is she?
She is. She's actually still quite big in Denmark. She's got a new album
out.
What's
she doing all the other days?
yeah. And times a day. I think she's now on Sunday afternoon.
Her album's like that Craig David song. So Wigfield, tweet in XFM or text us 83936 if you want to get in touch with James.
Josh Widdicombe. Podcast XFM.
Now, Wigfield update. For those that weren't listening, James Acaster this week has become friends with Wigfield. To an extent, Wigfield, if you don't remember, then you're probably not our target demographic, so I'm not going to explain who she is.
Sanny Carlson. That's how
Sanny Carlson.
That's how I know her these days, not Wigfield.
And you'd liked her page on Facebook.
Yep.
At her request, and she hadn't liked your page, but now
she's liked my page. And I am in good company, Josh. She likes me, Pharrell Williams, and WSPA, which is the Danish RSPCA.
Is that her only 3 likes?
No, she likes a few other things I've never heard
Were you
of.
in Blurred Lines?
She likes Giovanni Gastel, Julio Posadas, and Stenhus Kotstakoli. And she likes
Inter Milan's back three?
She likes Click to Dance, which is let's see what Click to Dance is. It's an Israel dance page. It says,
You're in great company.
it says Israel's dance hit station.
Well, there you go.
So there you go.
Wigfield doesn't like anything willy-nilly.
No.
Where are you going to take it from here?
I don't know. I mean, she also likes Andy Warhol and a band called Incognito. I think. Well, I've invited her. She invited me.
Do you know why she likes Andy Warhol? Because his phrase best summed up her career. Everyone's famous for 15 minutes, James.
Very nice.
Bit harsh, isn't it? Bit harsh.
True though. True over here in England.
What?
It's true in England, not in Denmark.
All right, get over it. You and Wigfield.
Massive in Denmark, mate. Massive. Every night's a Saturday night in Denmark for Wigfield.
Okay, right, we'll move on, because I feel James has actually got very defensive over Wigfield.
Just like, she's really cool, and I don't like it when you get jealous of my new friend.
Now, one of the things we're talking about is a worst assembly sat through at school. And got some tweets. Kirsty in Exeter. See what you make of this. So it's not Wigfield related, so get off your high horse, James. We sat through an assembly about our deputy head stealing cigarette butts from the gutter 3 times during my school career.
What?
I don't even understand what's gone on there.
In an assembly?
We sat through an assembly about our deputy head stealing cigarette butts from the gutter 3 times during my school career.
So she had to sit through the same assembly 3 times?
I've got no idea.
I mean, if the deputy head's stealing cigarette butts from the school gutter, he should be sacked, shouldn't he?
But it's not stealing, is it? Anything out of the gutter is not stealing. That's helping yourself to rubbish. I mean...
That's what Wigfield thought when she became your friend.
I'd be angry if that wasn't so good.
I don't know, this is from That's For Sure. When we got a new head teacher in Year 6, we had an hour-and-a-half assembly about his surname.
What was his surname?
Well, do we know what his surname was, Neil?
2 seconds.
2 seconds?
We had a teacher called Mr. Tickell, but it was spelt Tickle.
Yeah.
And, the whole first lesson with him was all about that. Him just going, get it out your system now. Go on. Take your best shot. I've heard it all before.
His surname was Hodges.
Hodges?
Yeah.
Get out your system now. I don't know, that's...
Podgy Hodgy, go on. I've heard it all.
Sounds like Hedges.
Hodge Trimmer, go on. Benson and Hodges, come on. Go on, aim for the skull. I don't even care.
What's aim for the skull?
That's him taunting them.
Oh, right, it's not a Hodge reference.
That's not a Hodge reference. That's a character called Hodges. His catchphrase.
Now, James, you said you've got a scrape coming up that is based on assembly.
Yeah, I'd forgotten all about it until you said it. Now it's an assembly.
Josh Widdicombe, Podcast XFM.
And we now move on to James Acaster's scrape. Beforehand, just one question we've had in, James. Did Mr. Tickle have very long arms?
No, he didn't have very long arms, but he'd heard that one before. That was one of the many hits.
Mr. Tickle is currently at home going, I thought I'd got rid of this. This is unbelievable.
It's also a family in my village who were called the Shoeflebums, but it was spelt Shufflebum. Good fun.
There you go. Great fun. Great fun. Now, your classic scrape, James, this week.
Assembly ones, because when I was in Year 7, we got to do, each form group got to do an assembly.
Yeah.
Put it on for the rest of the year. And the week before my form group did it, Mr. Martin's class did Shooting Stars as like a Shooting Stars thing, and it was hilarious. It was really funny.
So what, they played the parts of Shooting Stars?
Yeah, they just did a Shooting Stars style thing. Danny Andrews and Craig Buechner were Vic and Bob. They nailed it. really, really good.
Yeah.
They even had a joke, a risky joke in it.
Oh, what was the risky
they got
joke?
away with
Why
it.
can't you say it?
I don't know if you can say. You probably can say. You can say pubes on air, can't you? Yeah.
It's too late now, James. We've been taken off air.
Just
Pube gate.
XFM's been shut down. I can't believe this.
It's like Andrew Sachs.
I'm going to make an apology for saying pubes on the radio.
Comedian Acaster was seen leaving his home with
I did a joke
said
about
no
pubes.
comment to the press about the pube gates incident.
But yeah, there's a pube joke about one of the teachers as well.
Oh!
One of the teachers' pubes.
Whoa.
But they made it.
So
They made
you
the
had
joke.
a tough thing to follow then.
So, you'd think. See, now as an adult, I would think, oh no, I've got to follow that really good thing. That's really hard. As an 11-year-old, I was like, this is going to be so much fun.
Oh no.
Because they were great, so now we're going to be great.
Oh,
This is
God.
brilliant.
Assemblies.
I can't wait to do assembly next week.
Oh no.
Because assembly looks like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And so, because we'd seen them do a telly thing, our form group were instantly like, we want to do a telly show.
Yeah.
And Miss Hearn, our teacher, was like, well, what show do you want to do? And no one could agree. So eventually, she said, this is what you're going to do. One of you is going to be sitting in front of a television, channel flicking. And each time you flick onto a different channel, a different group perform a bit from that
Yeah.
TV show. So it's going to
Not
work
a
like
bad
that.
idea. Not a bad idea.
So my group put together, and for any regular listeners to the show, it was the same group of people I did La 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 Humpty with. You listen to the podcast if you want to put that in
Forgot about
context.
La 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 Humpty.
Yeah, so our group were given
Do you want to just sing us one verse of La La La?
La 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 Humpty.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Get the impressions La La Bumba, but Humpty Dumpty. We were given EastEnders.
Yeah.
To this day, I've never watched an episode of EastEnders, and I was very much the most motivated one in my group, so I had to write the whole thing, having not seen EastEnders. And as you can tell by my path in life, very much favour the comedy in life.
So you thought this is my chance to shine, show my skills.
I thought I can be really funny. I can be Danny Andrews and Craig Buechner in one,
Oh, no.
and I can be like the funniest kid ever. So my other team, they all knew what the characters in EastEnders, and they said at the minute there's a storyline with Ian Beale where he is an eco warrior. He's becoming like really green and stuff. I was
Yeah.
like, great. Don't need to say any more.
Leave it with me.
What are the other characters in it? There's the Mitchells, isn't there? We'll have them in. They're the only ones I'd heard of, so we'll have them in it. So what we then performed in front of the class. So the whole year was in, and also this is year 7 where I'm still kind of like basically
Still getting your act together. You're sort of not, you haven't found who you are as a comedian yet, but you're sort of working on it. Yeah. I know what you mean.
I'm establishing myself in the school year as well. I'm trying to not be bullied for the rest of my secondary school life.
Yeah. So this is where it all started.
Yeah.
This is where the rot set in.
So this is where it started the downward spiral. Because our sketch was basically the Mitchell brothers are walking along,
Yeah.
and one of them drops Mars bar wrapper on the floor. Then I come out wearing a coat. I've got a big coat on, and I go, "You two, pick that up." And they go, "No." I go, "I said pick it up." They go, "What are you going to do about it?" I went, "What am I going to do about it?" I went, "Yeah, what are you going to do about it?" I said, "Nothing, but I tell you who will." And then I ran off stage, and then I ran back on, and I'd got my coat, I'd taken my arms out the sleeves and done the popper up so it was like a cape.
Yeah, classic.
And then went, "Eco Man will."
Wow.
I put my hands on my hips. I went, "You messed with Eco Man and his sidekick, the bin bag." And then Joe Devlin, who was my friend, was wearing a bin bag.
I thought people would have guessed this was EastEnders.
I know what people were meant to think. The class were watching it in silence. The whole year were just silent watching this.
At which point did you think I've misjudged this?
As soon as I said Eco Man, I put my hands
When
on my
you
hips.
said Eco Man, that's when it should have gone.
Natural cliffhanger. And also, I was not good at editing at that point, so this sketch went on for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Take it.
It was loads of me. We ended up having like a comedy fight. where I would like fake punch them and then they would go flying, and then when we come back, and every time I punched them, I went Eco Man. I would just say Eco Man every time, and then the bin bag was just running round, making little like Pingu type sounds all the time.
So what happened? How did it end?
At the end, the person had to just channel flick. So, like, when I won, and they were.
You think you pressed the button?
Well, the Mitchells were on a pile in the floor, and I put my foot up on them, and then my hands on my hips again, and was like that, with my coat just like hanging down, just a silence, just the whole year, just staring at me.
Oh my word!
And then,
So afterwards, did anyone feed back?
Yep, I'll be walking around school, and kids would go past and either call me Eco Man or my alter ego Ian Beale.
You're just trying to get a job as a screenwriter, aren't you?
Yeah,
that's what you're doing here.
Yep. Well, the actual player Ian Beale hasn't done much else besides EastEnders. I think he might be interested in with the Eco Man spin-off.
He'll be presenting the next episode of Never Mind the Buzzcocks.
Be there with his coat round his neck.
I used to do stand-up as a kid, as at primary school when I lived in London. I used to do stand-up on my own and to quite a lot of people, probably bigger audiences than I get now, in the playground, and I'd do it, and it was loads of fun.
Did you have to give away tickets on your radio?
No, not back then. But loads of like basically all the girls in the school would watch this. They would sit and want to watch me, and it was like my favourite thing to do. And then I moved to Brighton, and I tried to do it again. I just got beaten up.
And rightly so. Thank you very much, guys. I mean, what a bleak existence. But who'd have thought one day that you would be Facebook friends with Wigfield, eh, James?
I had. If Sean had gone to my school, he would have got beaten up for littering. And we know who by.
Josh Widdicombe, XFM.
Process Beats Kasabian. We're coming to the end now of the show. Just time to thank you both for being here. James, thank you.
My pleasure.
Sean, thank you.
Thank you.
That was thank you.
Sorry.
Makes me feel a lot better about the pubes thing earlier.
Neil's heart in his mouth as people thought Sean had sworn.
I've had enough.
Snap. Oh, James, before you go, you've got a chance to do any plugging you want to do?
Yep. Do we do the music behind it still? Is it just... I was confused with the plugs. My tour is on sale. It starts in October. JamesAcaster.com for tickets. London date's just been added. Buzzcocks on Monday to see me and Wigfield. 10 o'clock. BBC
See where the fairy tale began.
Be nice if in the next episode they do like blind date and you get to go and see what happened.
Oh no, Sean, now you can either plug your DVD record, or you can have 30 seconds of Red Tribe, the Manchester United song you mentioned earlier from 1985.
Hit it, Neil.
Is this how you remembered it?
Yeah, I mean, I got the lyrics right as well. Like the Red Tribe, dude, there's no man that could stand in our way. That's enough, isn't it?
I believe that's still a hit with actual tribes in the in the Amazon and such. They always.
It's the first thing that David Moyes played when he got in the changing room.
Guys, I'm going to bring back the glory years. Hit play, Steve Bruce. Right, and I should plug finally that we will be recording our DVDs, me and Sean, at Hammersmith Apollo on Thursday, starting at 7:30. Please come along. It's too late now. If you don't want to, don't. We'd prefer you to not come along if you don't want to come along. Don't just come along and sit there and not enjoy it.
Yes.
Worst plug ever.
Yeah, that was awful. I mean, even I don't want to go now.
No one ever outlines, if you don't want to come, don't come.
Yeah.
What?
No one ever needs to outline that. Anyone who doesn't want to come.
No, all I'm outlining is that, you know, there's freedom in this country, mate. You can do what you want.
It sounds like you're about to go into a song.
Yeah,
There's
and
freedom within.
Let's play a song and leave. Genuinely.
Josh, if you don't want to play a song, don't play a song.